Hello, I'm John. In this lesson I'm going to introduce you to the Queen. So looking at the board here in front of me, the Queen here is the most powerful piece on the board. She can go forwards as many squares as you like. She can go backwards. She can move sideways any number of squares as long as there's nothing in her way. But in addition to that, she can also move diagonally any number of squares. So she could go back along this diagonal or forwards along this diagonal. Now there's one thing she cannot do, and most pieces can't. Suppose this pawn is here and she wants to get to here. She can't jump over this piece to get to here. She has to find some other way. Maybe she could go here in one move, and next move she might get to here. So queens are the best piece on the board. They move in straight lines on the board. You cannot move a queen from here to here. It's not a straight line on the board. And to capture, suppose this rook is here, she can move along the diagonal and capture the rook like that. So on an empty board, the queen can move to any of these squares, any of these squares, any of these, and any of these. She's the most powerful piece on the board. Now, in terms of value, a queen is worth 9 pawns or 9 points. A pawn is worth 1 point. Okay, now a little game, little exercise for you to do. So it's similar to the pawn game. So we set up all the pawns. We place the queen on her starting square. Same over here with the black pieces. Pawns on their original square. Queens on their original square in the center. Dark queen, dark square, white queen, white square. Now the purpose of this game is to get a pawn to the other side first, or capture all the other person's pawns. So let's suppose we start off here. It's white's turn. Now this queen is unable to get beyond this line of pawns because they're all in her way. So let's move this pawn first. It allows her to come out, and over here for black we'll do something similar. So you could bring the queen out here in one move. Black's turn, you could do the same over here. Now white has a choice, move a pawn or move the queen. This queen could take this pawn or this pawn. So let's take this pawn. Black's turn, black could take this pawn or just move a pawn. So let's take this one. White's turn, let's move the queen. She could take this one or this one. Let's take this one. Okay, now black's turn. Let's suppose the queen takes this. Now that was not a good move because this queen can just go straight back and take her. So even though queens are great pieces, you can lose them so easy. Let's suppose black plays here, and now white makes a strange move and goes up and takes the pawn. Now this pawn could take her, or this pawn could take her. Let's take with this. Okay, so now the queens have gone off the board. We're not going to finish the game because it'll take a little while, but looking at the board, this pawn will probably determine the game. It has just 5 moves to reach here and win. And there's nothing in its way. It's what's called a pass pawn. Nothing in front, no pawn in front, no pawn on the line beside it. Okay, so that's a little exercise for you to do. Play 2 or 3 games, and after that you'll know how the pawns and the queens move. So thank you for watching.